So I tried Noom and this is what happened. What is up, y'all, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I do lifestyle and product review type videos, and today I am reviewing Noom, the super well-known like weight loss app that has a ton of commercials, ton of ads, and I used it for the past 3 months, and I'm gonna tell you what my thoughts are. Also, I have a top on, like, let's make that very clear. So basically the reason I got into Noom was because I had an Achilles injury and I basically couldn't move around. Like, I couldn't really do anything for the first 4 months of my recovery. I was eating a lot of comfort food and then sitting and laying all day, only getting up to go to the bathroom. And I had bachelorette and more wedding stuff coming up and a wedding, and obviously I want to be in better shape than I was for my wedding and all those events. So I decided to try Noom to really focus on my eating, because I know eating is a big deal when it comes to like maintaining your weight and weight loss. So when I signed up, it was a very in-depth sign up experience. It asks you a lot of questions about your lifestyle, your everyday, your work, how often you're on your feet, your childhood experiences, your water intake, who buys the groceries, how often you buy groceries, how often you eat out, how active you are on the daily, etc., etc. Then you go through that whole in-depth situation, tried to be as honest as I could, and then it made me pick my plan. The first thing I'll say about Noom is that it is very involved. No matter which plan you get, you are going to be in this app a lot throughout the day. Well, I mean, I guess it's not that much. I'll let you be the judge, but to me, it felt like it was a lot. You have daily lessons and readings that you have to do. You have quizzes that help you learn about the types of foods fall into a good and bad category. You obviously have to count your calories and enter all of your meals. The lessons and stuff, I wouldn't worry too much, because you can actually set the time that you want like how long per day you want to be doing those like readings and stuff. Like you can do a minute, you can do a minute, 4 minutes, 5 above, like you can choose how dedicated you want to be. And then it'll give you some extras each day, extra credit, depending on how ambitious you're feeling. With the articles that they ask you to read, you can actually click the listen thing, which is kind of similar to like an Audible situation, where you can just listen to the lady read it to you, read your option. The quizzes teach you which foods you should be eating more often and which ones you should stay away from. It teaches you how to take advantage of your calories. Eat more water-based things, like grapes versus chips. One thing that I also noted in my evaluation in the beginning is that I struggle with stress and anxiety really badly, and I learned about all of the benefits. And so not sure if it does this for everybody, but I know that it showed me a lot of breathing exercises that I can do to reduce my stress and anxiety. It taught me other techniques as well to help keep those low, because I know that having a lot of cortisol can hold on to a lot of fat. The app asks yourself to weigh yourself every single day. They suggest in the morning, same time, same place every day, before you eat anything. That can be triggering to a lot of people, and that's not something that I've ever done. They did also mention that the reason they wanted you to do this, in addition to being able to see the number, see your progress on a day-to-day, was to help you get over the fear of stepping on a scale. And they have a whole course and situation prepping you for that as well. They ask you to count your calories. Every single meal you have to input everything literally that you put in your mouth, like counting certain numbers of grapes and Cheez-Its and nuts and stuff like that, like was something that I was doing. It introduces you to a calorie deficit. Some days I was super duper on it, and some days I fell off, and it was hard to keep up just because life got so busy and I was like running. I didn't even have time to think about my meals, but I did become more conscious of what I was eating just overall. And I also learned a lot about how good certain foods are for me and the benefits of each one, and basically to get the most bang for my buck when it comes to calories. Another perk was I got assigned a one-on-one coach that discussed my goals. I literally told her everything about my situation, about my Achilles, about my wedding, about like my ideal, I don't even know, I never had an ideal weight, but like what I wanted to look like. So final thoughts. I do think it works for me just because I think a calorie deficit makes sense in losing weight. I did appreciate that they do take a psychological approach. I was a psychology major and I kind of understood where they were coming from. They really dive into and try to change how you think about food, your relationship with food, and strengthen your ability to get over those hurdles in order to eat better and just have like a healthier lifestyle. And I will say I did lose weight and I became a lot more knowledgeable about foods. However, the classes and courses were just too much for me. I couldn't stay consistent with those. And yeah, I don't want to turn people off, but it was just like the way that my life was moving. And I didn't have time to log everything. I didn't make time to log everything. So yeah, I did end up closing my plan. But I do think it works. I have seen that it works. And I will show you some before and after photos. So this is what I look like on day one, the day I started Noom, and these are my measurements. All measurements are done in inches and the weighing was done in pounds. And this is what I look like now. I obviously see the biggest difference in my midsection, which I'm happy about because this is where I was most self-conscious, and by the numbers, I did lose inches and weight. I'm really happy with the results and I am happy to move forward with what I've learned from Noom. Those are my honest thoughts about Noom. I think it's a great concept, but it just didn't work for me because of the level of involvement. Check out the other products I've reviewed on my channel. I do have another review coming up very soon. I actually have it on today. Let me know what else you want me to try and review. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Bye.